Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Embassy of Italy in Washington, D.C. I'm Giovanni Castellanetta. I'm the ambassador of Italy to the United States of America. Thank you for coming, and I'm sure that will be a great and fruitful evening. That is following the last year's success in Villa Firenze. This year we decided to host this event in a bigger place, because Villa Firenze is the residence that is a bigger place, because that is a success of the Ploughshares Fund to have such important and distinguished people tonight. I hope that will become a tradition, and a cooperation between the Ploughshares Fund and the Embassy of Italy on debating these important issues. I want to thank John Cirincione, or Cirincione, depends on Italian accent. For quite some time a good friend of Italy, a good friend of the embassy, and particularly the great passion and commitment to non-proliferation issues. We greatly admire. At the same time, it's an honor because this evening provides an opportunity for an update of the fund's activity in light of the new objective of the new Obama administration. I'm delighted to see Senator Chuck Hagel with us once again, and Michael Douglas, who's already been here before. That's a great honor to have Michael again here with us. And a warm greeting also to the Georgetown University Dean of Edmund Walsh School of Foreign Service, Robert Gallucci. It's a very pleasure to have.
Perfect.
I have many people to acknowledge. I want to acknowledge Senator Nunn, Secretary of Defense Cohen, so other many distinguished people around this evening, this room. Thank you for coming here. The Italian embassy, as you see, is at your total disposal. We are very interested to debate issues like this. Once Herodotus wrote that very few things happen at the right time, and the rest do not happen at all. Tonight's event does happen at the right time. Only yesterday, President Obama met with the four wise men, George Shultz, Henry Kissinger, Bill Perry, and Sam Nunn, who's present tonight, honors us, and praised their role in inspiring the policies of this administration in a speech that he recently gave in Prague. At the same time, there is a new round of talks in Moscow about the Strategic Arm Reduction Treaty. It seems to me that we are breathing in a revived spirit of the understanding of at Pratica di Mare, where we held the NATO summit in May 2002, and where we finally witnessed the opening of a new era of profitable and productive relation between the United States and Russia. The collaboration between the United States and Russia, which together hold more than 90% of the world nuclear arsenal, is in fact fundamental to reach the objective of a world free of nuclear weapons. The goal is the goal of us all. Worldwide public opinion is finally aware of this and is demanding concrete answers in order to avoid the risk that terrorist organizations might acquire them. Combating proliferation is one of the issues which demands very close international cooperation. This is why Italy has meant to make the fight against proliferation one of the priorities of our presidency of the G8 this year. Non-proliferation has always been a privileged domain of cooperating among G8 partners, and the Italian presidency of the G8 is working to reinforce the international regime of non-proliferation, based on the main multilateral treaties, as such Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty, in view of the review conference in 2010. It will be necessary to make progress in all three pillars of the TNP: non-proliferation, peaceful use of nuclear energy, and disarmament. Let me remind of a couple of initiatives Italy recently organized that reflect our commitment. In preparation for the launch of our presidency of the G8, we organized here a conference here last December 9 on nuclear non-proliferation and the rise in demand of civil nuclear power. Last April 16 and 17 in Rome, the Italian Minister of Foreign Affairs organized a conference with the Nuclear Threat Initiative and the World Political Forum called Overcoming Nuclear Danger. Thus discussed these issues with George Shultz, Sam Nunn, William Perry, and Mikhail Gorbachev. It was a fruitful meeting, and I'm sure today we will be able to build on this contribution and explore important solutions. I don't want to take too much of the time for the interesting debate that will follow. And again, I thank all the organizers, also my staff in the embassy, and especially Fabrizio Bucci that organized this meeting together with Joe, all the people around here, and I'm sure that will be a great debate tonight. I will ask George Cirincione to have the floor. Thank you and best wishes.
Buonasera. It's a pleasure to be here. Ambassador, thank you very much for your hospitality, for your gracious introduction, and for once again hosting us. And Italy and the United States are democracies, so I think we should put this to a vote. How many people here want to make this an annual event? All opposed? The ayes have it. The measure is passed. Thank you very much. My job is simple: to remind you to silence your cell phones, to quickly introduce the panel, whom you already know, and then to get off the stage. Our moderator and leader of tonight's discussion is Michael Douglas. As you all know, Michael is one of Hollywood's most celebrated actors and producers, with over 30 years of achievements in theater, film, and television, and 2 Academy Awards. Over the past 11 years, however, he has also traveled the world as a UN messenger of peace, using his celebrity status to call for the elimination of nuclear weapons and the non-proliferation of small arms. Michael joined the board of directors of the Ploughshares Fund in 2005. Last May, he joined us at the residence of Ambassador Castellanetta to celebrate the opening of our Washington office. We're delighted Michael could find the time to come back 1 year to the day to do it again. Senator Hagel is now a distinguished professor at Georgetown University and the University of Nebraska at Omaha. He's the chairman of the Atlantic Council, serves on the boards of a number of major corporations and non-government organizations, and has just joined the board of directors of Ploughshares Fund. Senator Hagel served 2 terms at the United States Senate, representing the state of Nebraska. Prior to his election, he was a very successful businessman and is a Vietnam combat veteran. Senator Hagel is also the author of America, Our Next Chapter, a straightforward examination of the current state of our nation as we face the challenges of the 21st century. Robert Gallucci is Dean of the Edmund A. Walsh School of Foreign Service at Georgetown University. My dean. I teach there. I report to Bob Gallucci, although barely. He is a leading expert on the proliferation of nuclear weapons and U.S. foreign policy. His career with the State Department is quite extensive and includes service in the first post-Gulf War arms inspection effort, known as the UN Special Commission on Iraq, and he was the lead ambassador responsible for the negotiation of the agreed framework in 1994, which froze North Korea's nuclear weapons production program for 10 years. On July 1st, Bob will become president of the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation. We thank him for returning from Chicago today to join us on this panel. Michael, it's all yours.